Hey, it's Phil here, and welcome to Q&A day number 1. You guys have sent me some really interesting, cool questions that I'm looking forward to answering. And if you haven't sent a question in yet, you can still do that. Just drop a comment or send me an email, whatever you want to do. So the first one we'll start with today came from Todd, and the question was, when did you know? At what age were you? And my assumption is that when did I figure out that all this was going to be my life? Did you see this? This is I cover my microphone so it doesn't get dusty. Anyway, you guys have all seen that microphone. This is what it looks like when I'm not using it. So I came to everything very late. I'd been playing music since I was 8 years old. And that's all. If you've heard my origin story, you know some of that origin story, but that'll be the subject of another Q&A video. But it wasn't until in college that I failed Calculus 3 again. I was a physics major at the time, and I failed Calculus 3, and it was like, I don't think I can go any further with this. I think I'm done. Because at the time, I was outside of school, I was teaching music, I was playing in bands, I was going to concerts, like everything was music, except I went to school and did physics and math and things like that. And when I failed Calculus 3 again, that was the first inflection point where I was like, I think I got to go play my guitar. And I switched over to the music department in a very vague way. Like, I didn't do it right. I didn't follow the rules of the school. I just started taking classes over there, and they eventually had to figure it out. So that was sort of the first inflection point. And I would gather that I was about 22 or 23 when that happened, I think. I couldn't tell you. I spent a long time in college getting everything done. The next inflection point came probably about 10 years later. I'd been playing with my band, Roadside Attraction. And the big part of the origin story that I'm sure you've all heard is that I was at this music conference in Las Vegas with my mentor, and a bunch of us artists were singing songs around a pool in Las Vegas for each other, and I sang a song called Whale Blubber. That's a love song that was a funny song, and I had been just dumping stuff onto tape, just whatever was in my head, and that was a song that kind of came out that I'd been playing with, and everybody thought that was great and thought I should be doing the funny stuff, and I didn't want to. I thought that was B-sides. It's extra tracks, goofball tracks. I'm a real artist. And then, but my friends encouraged me to do it. My mentor encouraged me to do it. I started doing a little bit of it in some of the solo shows that I was doing, and even some with the band at the time. And that started to click with people. And so the next inflection point was where I was invited to play the Hyena Theater at a comedy music show. The Hyena Theater was in San Francisco. It doesn't exist anymore. But there was a comedy music show there. And I did the 3 little funny songs that I had, and Lynn Ruth Miller was the MC that night and asked me to be part of a project she was working on. And she started taking me around to all the comedy clubs, and I was still a little bit resistant to doing that. I was just sort of experimenting with it. And then when you get that first jolt of a laugh, that first, and you go, oh, it's better than any drug, you guys. I don't know, I haven't taken any drugs, but I assume it's my drug, is your laughs. And so that's kind of where that started. And I was 32 years old when I started comedy, and it's been a long time since then. But those were the 2 inflection points, was realizing that physics wasn't for me, and then realizing that I could be funny, and that it would open up a whole new world of places to play and people to play for, and the rest is history. So we'll get into more of the origin story stuff if you haven't heard it on another one of these, but that's your answer, Dawn. I hope it's satisfying to you. And again, if you haven't sent me a question yet, feel free. You can just drop one in the comments below the video here, or send me an email, and Phil at philjohnsоncomedy.com, and we'll get you in there. All right?